2015 Mercedes-Benz CLA. Customer complaint is crank no start. It does have a good cranking speed and it does not want to start. The history behind this car is customer towed it from one shop to my shop. The shop that he usually deals with, they scanned the car. They found a couple faults pertaining to fuel pressure being too low. It's very important to understand how system works. Every car is different, every manufacturer is different. You gotta familiarize yourself with what's going on. Today's car especially, not every car is the same. Systems are different. In any case, they scanned it, they got the codes for fuel pressure in the system too low, and there were other two codes, which was the effect of the cause. What they suggested to him, that replace the high pressure fuel pump. And let's go by the hood. They replaced the high pressure fuel pump. That did not resolve the concern. So they called him again and they told him, according to however they tested, they said that it needs a fuel pump module. And that module sits, I already diagnosed it, but just going over what I did so it can help someone else out there. In any case, this is the module. So to get to that module, you gotta take the whole seat out. You gotta take the rear seat out. You gotta take the backrest out, and there's a cover that covers that module, resides there. Pull that module, and these are the connectors. So they replaced that as well, and that didn't fix it. So this client reached out to me and asking if I can look into this car. I said, sure, go ahead, bring it. Otherwise, he was gonna take it to the dealer. I told him, bring it to me, let's see what happens. If I can fix it, great. So with that being said, I scanned it with my regular generic scanner. It's a Snap-on scanner. Snap-on scanner was not saying any codes. It was not giving me any codes under engine computer. Remember, it's got a fuel pump module. So I did whole scan, all system scan, nothing was coming up. Then I had to pull out my OE Mercedes-Benz accessory. This is what we pay for. People talk about technicians being expensive. These are the costs. We pay for this stuff so we can diagnose cars accurately and precisely. This whole setup, this is a Mercedes interface and the scanner downloaded in a laptop. So that's a expense. That's why shops are getting expensive, because we gotta have OE tools, generic scan tools. Even though we pay high dollars for them, sometimes they don't work. They don't give you full detailed information. All right, so back to the car. So I scanned the system, and under 118, this is the designation of the fuel control pump module. This is the code they got as well too on the TEL scanner. But like I said, I'm not sure if they were familiar with the system or not. So this is a fault that I got. So what I went ahead, I looked at the wiring diagram, I see how the layout is. So this system has two fuel pumps. One is is in the tank, which is low pressure fuel pump, and the other one that I just showed you guys under the hood, that's a high pressure pump. If the low pressure is not, if the low side pressure is not pumping fuel to the high pressure pump's not going to do anything. Fault, as is suggesting, is something going on with the fuel pressure system's too low. So let's go to the wiring diagram, and then I'll show you what I did to diagnose this. Okay, so this is the OE wiring schematic. Under all data, I couldn't find the OE diagram, but they do have a redrawn diagram, which somewhat helpful, but this is very helpful actually. So this is our car. This is a N118. That is a module, and this not pertain to us. This code is for natural gas. So this is not us. This is the fuel pump motor. This is the module, but this section right there, this does not pertain to us. So this fuse 34 feeds power to the module. So first thing I checked power and ground to the module, which I had good power and good ground. This fuse is good as well because I'm getting the 12 volt here and a test lights. This fuse resides under the glove box interior of the car, and I showed you guys where this N118 lives, in the back seat. So I checked the power, checked the ground. I'll do it again and show you guys what I'm getting. And then M3 is a fuel pump that is in the tank. To get to that, you gotta drop the fuel tank down. But before dropping the tank, I made sure I have a good ground, and I made sure I had these 3 wires. I'm getting voltages because again, it's a variable pump speed. It's a variable fuel pump, and depending upon what the signal is, that's the voltage it's going to receive, and that's hence more voltage, you get more speed, all that good stuff. So depending upon the driving condition. So all these little arrows that you're seeing, these are all that you're seeing, that they're all going to the pump. Also, this B47, that's a fuel pressure sensor, and that reside by the tank as well, but we don't have any fault codes for that. We're not going to worry about that. So let's go over here. Got that, and let's see, looking for CAN communication, because yep, right there. So I checked for CAN communication as well too. Even though I don't have a communication code, I just wanted to see what the signals look like. So our blue wire is CAN low, and blue with the white stripe is CAN high. So we do have good CAN voltage. I scoped it out. So I'm gonna redo everything again. So whoever is trying to fix their car, hopefully that video can be helpful. Let's go back to the car and do our voltages check. Okay, so here's the mess that you guys looking at. All right, so we're checking voltages right now. We're checking power to the module and ground to the module. All right, so let's start with that. So remember this red and green wire right there, that is my power to the module. Let's see. Right there, green and red. So my voltmeter right here, got ground right here, DC voltage, and I'm gonna use my test light point to back probe this. I should get 12 volt. Battery is a little weak right now, but I should have battery voltage. So let's check for the ground. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna use this as my power source, and I'm gonna use this as to check to see if my ground is good. So let me hook up my test light, and we can power load this. We can load test this power as well. So let's try that first. Okay, so as you can see, my test light is lit. So I have a good power. Now, so I have good voltage. Now let's check our ground. So I'm gonna back probe this, and I'm gonna find a way to get over here and see if my test light lights. Okay, so I'm using this lead as back probing this power source right here, and my test light is on the ground pin right here. See it? Okay, so let's back probe the power, and I'm gonna touch this, and my light should light up. There you go. so I have good ground as well too. So we got that out of the way. Now what we need to see, those 3 wires pertaining to pump speed: purple, yellow, black and white. These 3 wires, they are going to the pump. This little wire, the ground wire, that goes to the pump as well. So we're gonna check that, see what voltages we get. So on the black and white wire, I'm getting 2.5 volts. That's key on, engine off. Let's check the yellow and purple as well. Same thing. Same thing. So let's start the car and see what voltages we get. Okay, so I'm on my yellow wire. Key is on and engine's running, as you can hear. So engine is running. You can see the RPM, 600, 800 RPM. All right, so car is running and I'm getting 2.23 volts. Let's go on the purple wire, 2.23, and on the black and white, 2.23. So during my diagnosis, during cranking, all 3 wires, during engine key on engine cranking, I was getting 4.5 volt on all 3 of them. Once a key on engine off or key on engine running, you get around 2.5, 2.3, 2.3 volts. So that's how the voltages behave, and that's how the system module sending out voltage to the pump. Just keep in mind that module controls the pump speed. So it's a variable speed fuel pump. Now let's on this little blue connector right here, we're gonna look for the CAN wires, which is these two wires, blue and white and blue, and we're gonna check to see if we have communication, which we do since car is running, but I want to make the video of it anyways to see what the signal looks like. So let me set up my scope and I'll show you guys. Okay, so this is my CAN high. I'm on CAN high wire. One of the wires that I hooked up my test probe right here, blue and white wire, goes to the scope. This is my CAN high. Starts from 2.5 and goes all the way to around 3.5 volts. So let's try CAN low. I'm gonna turn on second channel and hook up CAN low. As you can see, I have CAN high and CAN low. So my yellow channel is CAN high and my green channel is CAN low. As you can see, we have good communication. So like I said, we don't have any communication code. I just wanted to scope it out. In any case, so yeah, the new module didn't fix it. New high pressure pump didn't fix it. Again, from the other shop, and you know, when car came to me, I diagnosed it. That's what I said. Hey, it's a low pressure fuel pump. If the low pressure fuel pump is not building in high enough pressure for high pressure pump, it's not gonna work. So yeah, car had a long crank, would not start. Like I said, car came in a tow truck. So we replaced a fuel pump from the dealership, and as you can see, car is running and everything's the way it's supposed to be. You know, I don't understand one thing. The shop that it came from, they did print out the diagram. It's an aftermarket redrawn diagram, and that's where the fuel pump resides. This is a 4matic option. The other side is without the 4matic. I mean, he was on the right track. I'm not sure why didn't they call out the low pressure fuel pump instead of high pressure, or condemning the module. I'm not sure, but I'll show you where the high pressure fuel pump is. This is a high pressure fuel pump right there. I mean, nothing wrong with this pump. So I'm not sure how much is a pump. I never find out the price on it. Maybe $400 or $500. But yeah. Anyways, the car is fixed. As you can hear, car is running. I'm just gonna clear all the codes off the car and return it to customer. Just gotta put everything back together. Everything's working the way it's supposed to work. So let's clear all the codes. As you can see, check engine light is on. So I'm gonna try to clear all the codes. Let's see. Clear fault memory. And it's doing its thing. Okay. Maybe key has to be on, not engine not running. So alright, let me delete all the codes and go from there. Okay, codes are cleared. N118 fuel pump module. There are no codes. And if I go under this, see, there are no codes. And no check engine light. I'm not sure if he knows about the brake pad sensor. There used to be a message for auxiliary battery too. But anyways, this is it. I thought I'd make a video of it. Hopefully it can help someone else out there. So yeah, I have another one coming up soon. It's 2011 Lexus with the automatic height control concern. I'll make a video of it. Alright, see you.